Talofa America Samoa nei tai a matangofie le alofa malanga leo le li. Whaaftai le alofa le sisiri ese o tatou ala whai mai whanunga le nei aso. O le tatou prokalama lava le nei whai pea o le taua o le whare lalanga. O le prokalama fo i le nei wa tu whaatasia le tatou ofisa o le American Samoa Visitors Bureau. O le anganga lava o le nei prokalama ina ia whaalawi loa atu bisinisi la iti. Ia e me se foi tangata le atunu olo i e latu tā le ni whapitoa. O le nei foi vai tau wa tātou sila fia ia ua savali le fitu maasina o tapunia pea la vaa. Ua whaingatā foi la ia i lātou o lo ngā lueina le tūlanga o tangata e ta wha mai tono le atunu. Ia awawa uti foi le se leni. Ai o le anganga lava nei prokalama. Ia whapena na ungani atu tātou atunu. Ia e o mai pe sapsapaia ia bisinisi la iti tonu umalawa tātou atunu. Good morning, American Samoa, and also those who are watching us from live stream or on social media or Facebook. This is a continuation of our program called Fale Lalaga, put together by our American Samoa Visitors Bureau. One of the goals for this one is to give small businesses the opportunity to speak directly to the community and to promote what they're selling. Some of them have different talents, but this is one way to reassure our people that life must go on and so is business. O le tai aula nei, ia ua mawhaatasi atuai ma se tasi fo i o whai pisinisi tono le atunu. Ia o le tua whawhine au le lava nei, ia politina whai pisinisi fo nei, o Athena Helg. O le tina ia pol tu fine fo ia Athena, ia o ia o lo o lana whale ainga sili na matango fia o lo i o le Pago Plaza. Ia o le ingoa lana o le whale ainga o le Ruby Red. Good morning, Athena. Wa mai o nei tai au. Ia, vi ia le tua. Whaaftai lava ua e talia fo i le wala awal tata ofisa te su mai fo e tala noa fo e winga i lau pisinisi. Whai sau tala, wa fia nei maasina o lau pisinisi, Athena?
So, Katalamako Apelila of last year, so it's just over a year old. So we opened on Earth Day of April of last year.
Ia, le la wa tātou, wa iei nei lan tātou whale ainga. O le whale ainga lan nei, e se mai le tele fo o tātou whale ainga nei Amerika Samoa. Ia, o le atala no atu ia le tuafine Athena. One of the things, Athena, that we really like to promote is the success story behind every business, behind every concept. You got to start from somewhere, and we'd like you to share that. How did you come about with this idea and to develop, we know how Samoans eat.
Yes.
But
we love to eat a lot.
we love to eat a lot. But this is healthy food. It's quite different from the ones that we eat on Sunday.
So, as you know, our community and our people, ekelele, maisuka, diabetes, and tosomaulunga, and male heart disease, all these things. A lot of them are food-related diseases. Before a lot of the foreign foods came in, so when my sister and I started this business, we had that in mind, to have healthier options that's convenient for our community and our people. So that's the story of Ruby Red. And we wanted to include as much local products as possible. Like we use esi in a lot of our stuff, but we use it as both a vegetable and as a fruit. So, because in Asia they use it ai nga esipula ai
Esi
esile
boko, ah.
le kakafa.
Mm.
So if angala ko in lakusa laki mami fapenga.
Wow.
So we use it both as a vegetable, and so we like to support a lot of local farmers as much as possible.
You mentioned Asia, and I noticed that when I visited the restaurant, you have that Asian flavor to it. Can you,
Okay.
or can you share with us your experience with Asian food?
So I've lived in Southeast Asia for over 10 years before I moved back to
Wow.
American Samoa. So I lived in Singapore, Malaysia, a little bit in Thailand, and in Bali, Indonesia before moving back here. So a lot of their food, like, they use a lot of ingredients that we use here, but they use it in such different ways, and they have a lot of spices that they include in their foods, which we don't really use
Yeah,
in our culture.
our
So-
spices are
Pepper
masima.
Yeah. So, and so some of those flavors are maybe some of our people like it, but malusi kele. So
Kau
we
le
try-
masanya ka ko pe akere for seasoning.
Yeah,
Ah.
mga like kiki, but it is
Yun.
but I love all kinds of food. Samoan food. If you put food in front of me, I'm gonna eat it.
So that background from that, authentic, Thai food allowed you to develop the menu, huh?
Yeah, so I've been thinking about this for years before
Wow.
moving back. So when I'd eat food there with ingredients that I always knew that that I grew up eating, I'm like, oh, how could we use that in Samoa? And coming back here, I spent a little bit of time before looking and seeing what was in season.
Mhm.
Because also Boamia
Yes,
season.
yes.
Like off island in the States, they have avocados all year
Mm.
round because they source it from all over the place. But our season for avocado, and our avocados are delicious. And big, yeah.
Well, avocado boy fafulai.
Like the little house ones,
Mhm.
but ours are
Yeah. You mentioned something about seasons, and I noticed that here on island too. Is that a challenge for the restaurant here when you try to buy vegetables or?
Yes, it is a challenge because I didn't know all of the seasons for different stuff, like the fala. We have a drink made out of the whole fala, and it was
The fala comes out in November. Yes.
Until April.
Wow,
April is towards
okay.
the end of it, and we have a drink that's Caribbean inspired that uses whole spices, a flavor malifala ako, kidding you malipa
Wow.
fala, and the core as well. So. And we put a little bit of sugar in there, and but people really like that one. But that one's only in season for a few months, and then also basio. I love
Oh,
basio.
wow, passion fruit.
But it's
Ikaw
season.
le iyo I noticed the way you package these. Yeah, therefore watunu. So, Athena, is this the lunch packet or this one? So you prepare this every day, right? Or only when?
So this one is our grab and go box that's available in 4 stores on the island. So we have it at KS Mart and CSM in Tafuna area, and then here in town we have it at Young Marts and ABC Facts behind the courthouse. And so we have 3 of them out right now. Suisuya, so like Monday and Wednesday, Mowal Mako wrap. And for me, I have a sweet tooth. So I always include something sweet in there, and sometimes I have chocolate, but laos yoki because the pandemic, some of the supplies aren't always available. So we use a lot of actually we from one of our friends at Cheat Day, so we use her Coco Samoa brownies or her blondies in there. Because it's nice to eat healthy, but I also like a little something sweet. It satisfies like a sweet tooth every day. So there's so I my kamikas. But think
o le si fo ikako guest le sa ni mai fo tatu prokalama li Athena o le sungaya brook gur ya wa fia fo lavala ya le nganga ono le wa ya tama I fale ainga fa apea specialty restaurants for eating healthy wa le tatu mai mo mai ai amatu tangata sa mo le mea nei we kai le kiki la
and like kiki pa le ai api ki ma o nga ya ko ko
it's nutritious o le si fo ila le me e mana ya tatu fale ainga fo ia wa ia nei a waile ngata na osi ele tua fine Athena ia tamai tingi pusa nei, ia mamati tu I fale o loa. So grab and go is one of the ideas for those you don't have the time to cook or prepare lunch. I tell watu lai fale o loa ia pe o monta watu. Ia olo o yaila ia tama ia tingi pusa la nei e mawhai ona na e watu fa tau mai ia etele tau wale e su e sau me tau sami o lea uli. Wa lewa iai ia le tūlanga lea. Athena, what about the palangis? A lot of people say, oh, this is a palangi palangi restaurant and
I think the reason why Ka'u Palangi restaurant is because some of the, kangaka mai fafo, they're used to eating. Over time, they realize some of the food that they're eating that's heavily processed is not always good for them. When you're in a rut, I still grab food from a lot of the fast food places myself, but
in the long run,
it adds up, and that's where the diabetes and stuff comes from in the long run. So I still eat those foods. I eat bovi masima, that's one of my favorite things at my auntie's restaurant. The portion size. If I were to change one thing on this island, it would be the portion size.
But the portions, the portion ke le a tatou o fo I whalave lave, whai poiponga, o tatou pe po le alava le mana I whai poiponga, po mali. But imagine, like I'm thinking, oka, pe whai los mato mali, whai atula I ati oe. E ala pe a matuni matua tiki pusale ta fefe le fio le tu no wai mana o lava I mea ai te I welo foi tato wale plate le. But talk about the portions.
Yeah, let's open one of these up and let's look inside.
Okay.
So this is our grab and go size.
Okay.
Right?
This looks like dinner.
This right here is our like Fale. So recently,
oh really?
We did a catering for a campaign rally that we just had recently, and
oka ka fefe la pe a failo se mako fale la mako inga ia la mako le ki pusa ni. Wow, tanga I mai la tātou le atunu. O wraps ia lua, o ka mai brownies ia, o lo iai foi la le sosi lea ali Athena.
So that's our homemade honey mustard.
Wow.
Honey mustard. So that's our chia seed parfait.
Chia seed, okay.
If I mako strawberry jam or strawberry compote, and then so this ingredients are there. It's simple ingredients, but the flavor. This one is made of Ghirardelli chocolate, the brown one here. I love that flavor, and then our plain vanilla at the bottom with a little bit of cinnamon. It's sweetened with honey, that one.
So la tangata le tunu o kaina ia tuainga nei ali Athena e malau tamai Mandarin.
Yeah, when that's in season from off island, we try to put it in there. So, it's nice to peel your own fruits, and it's easy to eat and convenient. So,
I see pe tau le ai lava se meat.
So that's our chicken salad. So that's like two salads in one. So you mentioned Brooke earlier, the lettuce that we use in here. I love her lettuce. So we use sometimes in my Brooke mako lettuce, my Athena Helg or my Valley Farm. So today
le lau tato tantanga I mai tato watunu. I mai se lava le nei vai tau ele po fo se lilo tato watunu. I le afiaio o tato tangata I mai lava nei o le toto mawalunga o le suka o le ngungu ai me se fo ngasi o le fatu wa tato I loa wai tele taimi e fa iloa mai ele officer so ifua mano loina o me ai lava nei e fa pena ona o mai ele tino mai tato ai o le au ngala o nei ia tau mafa pe ona saunia fo ele tu fine ia Athena. If soani ai fo I ngase nei wale o tato I loa mafua mai lava I mea ai le tele o ngase nei e mawai tato watanu ia wai fia lava tato le faspoi masima o le size 2 foi le faspua ia o le palusami ia ai level time ia e tau mafai pe la titi foi i le time ia ai wa ia la tatu fale ainga le plaza le pangpango o ka semana ia ai fa pe la foi la fa se fa le lave postulanga fa pena ia wa ia foi ngai tama i tingi pusa nei va ai le mana ia tau le alu foi time e fa tau se play tele ia wa termine e se tau le play le fa tau mai fa le lo ko lea e se foi le tau le ufi ia ai mana ia la bala le wa uma foi foi le ave tu lo la i le la pisia fa ngofia la na ona la foi le otota okay Athena how is the restaurant this time? Since I'm sure when tourists come, they love this kind of food. What's the effect of COVID-19 now with Ruby Red?
So, kay meeting us at Waco Blue back in March.
That's right.
If there was a limit, pisingisi, no more than 10 people inside. So we went from having 30-something people inside the cafe to having no more than 10. So right around the same time, we released our website so people can order online. Wow. And we can also, my sister does all of our technical stuff behind the scenes. So we have free internet in the cafe, ordering online. So
I remember I came there and one of my cousins was there. Said, I'm here to pick up. I placed an order. Wow, really? Ia o le si fo ilale o ngā fo i o tatu po kalama. Ai me se lava ia whaipisini si talavou pe o lau sunga i fo ile tūlanga le i le whaongainga o le internet si po social media. How often do you use that,
We use it almost daily, the Instagram and Facebook. E post ay mako meala yai or so also to let know who our farmers are, because we like for people to know who their farmers are and who provides the food that we buy at the store.
You mentioned the last time le tau o le whaiwhatuanga wai o le foi tate va ai mai o tele foi o mea nei e whaatau mai i leo whaiwhatuanga. O le ala le se ngau tatu whatuanga wha mole Athena whatuanga foi lau Asia o lo e lo whai nei vai taimi.
I like to support local farmers. By si kaimele moa se mea, ayo bisi pe leanga le kau, so ele moa la ko mea, and so I sometimes buy. I support a lot of local farmers. Kusape.
O le tau ala vala le o le foi le o le au whaiwhatuanga. Ia wa nai sau no foi staimio. Tatala no ai telefone e sau ni tato marketi ia. Ona whaatau atuai foi la ia nai whaiwhatuanga ia. What are some of the challenges in your line of work?
So several challenges is the supply chain, akwai mai de vao kasi ngao umofaka I lunga I faloroa, so kay bilanga e kapa mai ira vanga ia o ala ko mela mo e si kay mi ela ko ngao faloroa ko ngao mai I market ia especially pe aleanga kau aki mukele pe nia fa o like mako smoothies uma. It's all plant-based smoothie. They say dairy kung waisaka allergic in so all of our smoothies if anga ngaling you out sua ikuai kung se juice wa kele suka le juice e fasu mali umama ko smoothie ikako fai okay and the other fruits and vegetables we have inside. So today I have our green goddess smoothie.
Wow.
Ile kale that we get from Tutuila Green.
Okay.
Our friends Brooke and her team, and then moringa moringa is such a great plant. Okani minerals and vitamins and minerals like kongo, and that's also locally grown. I get that one from Ruth Tuasivi and her dad Solomon.
Yeah, okay.
And so they make that locally. So we try to find as much nutritious ingredients as possible to go into our stuff.
And the value of all of this in nutrients.
To answer your question, the difficulty. So like mako fa'i, all of the smoothies are sweetened with fa'i except for this other one, mango sunrise. Whangai lesi, lesi moli mango lai kokong. And aleanga le kau, it takes fa'i 3 to 4 months to recover from mafa. So ke la siokia, the bananas are unavailable for 3 to 4 months because
do you use breadfruit? May I ask?
So before COVID, we started using local chips, and because some people want to have a side, so I didn't want to use French fries, and I kako kalo, kako fa'i, and kalo fa'i la marisimia,
Ulu.
And so we sourced those, but kami rin ako pala corona, like the cold blue, COVID-19, on my supplies, and then sometimes some of the stuff we source our fa'i from one of our local vendors, but may polo isi kami lako kakikele ole mahangaya yo o kalo chips sa Lalaga, but thank God walu ka amiro so su and I was like, okay, was stress out fiwe su so I had to cut that out of the menu. But it's really nice to use local ingredients.
And I think that's one of the challenges too for specialty cafes like yours, because you have to find the right ingredients. Sometimes the season's not here
like
for
the ulu
that.
season at the time.
Yeah, well, ole si foi la nena to tunga foi le to inga pisinisi FFtai la le to fine Athena. Ya olo tama fai la vai e fa ngale tele o tulanga ye o lai tolo tatou lau whanua ia i ulu o esi o avoka o fai pula ia o tulanga whapena. When I came to the restaurant, I was given a mason jar with a drink. Could I see that? Whamole mole? Well, let's see if it's vai. So and then I saw a jug of, you put in lemongrass and at the restaurant. So if I yala le vai fole
every day. So suyamako flavors So sometimes the fruits so that's our infused water that we offer
free. I saw that.
Complimentary to all of our customers. So when a lot of the packaging give biodegradable. Not all of it is like this. Right now we're using this plastic. I had a hard time coming to terms with using it, but
so it's economically friendly,
yes,
for the environment, biodegradable.
Our ancestors
biodegrades
back but
ole la ulu ole pleitanga whaonga lau wha ia pala lau ele nei foi taimi wa tele ai foi le leo le to pa ola bala si mea le o tele ole
alternatives like it
ma lo lava wa ole si foi la na tu langa ole ruby red ele ngata ina fai o ngao si o tau mafa paleni mo le atinu ai o le tama fai foi la i mea lava nei ina ia mwhai ona lelei ai foi si o manga wa o le tele foi o loa ia au mai ia ma tele foi o mea whaonga i tātou ia sa uma ia o mea lava nai e fai foi ona whaaleanga ina i tātou si o manga. I was wondering if you take some of these to the hospital. This is where they,
I delivered to the hospital
a few
times. Like a low power shot so we juice that fresh every day. Actually we have 3 power shots. So our tupu shot, which has got the ginger as the main one, and then our masiofo shot, which has the beets in it along with ginger as well, and then our third one is the ali'i shot with turmeric, male ginger, and it's all juiced with fresh apple and a little bit of kipolo or lemon. So, but our ali'i shot with turmeric, the diabetic, because it doesn't always agree with them the turmeric.
Le foi lau whafonga men tata watunu. Aluloa asi o le Ruby Red i o le Pago Plaza. Wai e au ngā uma. Ai me se foi lava tātou o lo mawai. I le toto mawalunga. O le suka. Po le ngungu. E se le mana i o nei tau mawha pāleni. O tau mawha lava nei mwhaiona. au ngā I tono tātou soifua a wā te le la foi wha mai mo o mai tono o le tātou atunuu. Since this is a tourism program, Athena, what's your advice to small businesses?
I would say is to stay consistent with whatever your vision is as a business. And because, this too shall pass out. The pandemic,
Yes,
but just to hang on in there and well, eventually to get to some sort of normalcy, but just to stay consistent and stay true to their mission and their as a business, because each of our businesses contribute in its own way to a thriving economy. So.
Wow, le sile ta ua fo yo tamai pisinisi tono tātou atunuu ia wa o lo o fausia I fo le tamau aina mo tātou atunuu ma le malo. Athena, how important is passion? Because I see this and I know there's passion behind it. How important is passion to you in your line of work?
Very important. I feel deeply with when I go to the hospital, to like the diabetes clinic. I see them or amputate vai or give ayako will yuli and that's not a good sign. And I'm okay, loa keep the portion size. Even if they eat more often a day, but smaller portion.
Like kiki at a portion.
So if they give themselves enough time to let the food go in and maybe musing by faiseki by so it is so suka and stuff.
Well, it's in me for so fabalo se for tata proclama. Yeah. Tama fai fa nga me la I o tonu o fanua. Ele tele se suka po se. Ya ole ala talata umata proclama Athena. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In 5 years, I see Ruby Red having an impact on the way our community and our people eat. So the number of diabetes, the number of heart disease and food-related illnesses. We have other people in the community that are growing, local lettuce and local produce. Yeah.
Fa'afetai lava ia te oe le tuafina ia po le sunga fo le fai pisinisi wa o lo atania mai ngā luenga uma lava leo lo fai ele tuafina ia Athena. O tua nei mea uma o lo ia ilo na nganga fiaf sosoani o le nganga le fiaf sosoani mo tama matina le atinu ai mai se lava ia ilato o lo mawe ngase tu maune o le suka o le toto mawalunga ia o le ngungu ia wa nei mea uma ia o tatou fa'afoga ia e mafua mai lava I mea ai tau sami ia ai o le o ia ila tatou fale ainga nei Pago le Pago Plaza ia e te sua tu ai fo o e malo ai ngai fa'ataitai o lo ia I fo shots na ia o lo ta watu ele tua fina ia o lo ia le tau tātou o le fiu ia o le ki polo ia e mana ia fo e sosoani fo ia o se taimi pia o over fo le mea lolo. Athena, thank you so much. I'm sure our viewers will appreciate this, and I would like to thank you for finding ideas, not just as a business person, but as a member of the community who values life, healthy eating. For those of us who are stricken with these non-communicable diseases. Ia ole tātou proclama na Amerika Samoa mai lātou fo I lo maua mai tātou proclama I lunga o penga tawhailangi. E mawhai lava na maua le te leo nei proclama I le website a tātou ofisa www.americansamoatravel. E mawhai foi ona e maua le te leo proclama pe o le proclama nei le Fale Lalaga I lunga o le Facebook American Samoa Visitors Bureau. E mole atu ne nganga whaafetai lava I le Chamber of Commerce I le whaongaina o lato portofono nei mole nei proclama. E mole atu foi le whaafetai le tātou whale televise ona o le So ani mai le tu sa o ina to nei prokalama. Samoa ta tonu le nganga is taimi wa ia se upu a se anga fo i wale tau tamali I lau sila malau mai mua a lau whaafonga anga ia alofa wha mangalo mai ma ua maltua fine ia o le sunga na ia Athena Helg o au nei o poe mangeo to wha soifua.